or showing any doubts about the fairness of our system, then they should find a teacher or a policeman immediately.
Well, hello everyone. Garlic-Focaccia here. Welcome to a little commentary about Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, the Next Gen Edition. Oh wow, what a whopper. Wow, there's some controversy surrounding this thing, folks. This is an interesting one. Four modders based out of Russia, of all places, got together and said, why don't we take Vice City and throw it into the Rage engine and see what that looks like. And then you end up with something that looks kind of like this, which is kind of an imperfect, I wouldn't say mess, but it's really, it is messy. It's fun to play though, and that's for a variety of reasons. Because if you've played Grand Theft Auto 4, you know that physics engine is, well, it's a good time. It's a good time to play around with. Every character and NPC, every vehicle has a lot of weight behind it, shifts when you drive, and it feels kind of like the French Connection, rather than the, I guess the arcade gameplay that we've been used to. So it's not exactly a faithful remake, it's not official, it's not anything like that. This is simply, a group of modders on their own volition, on their own free time, with no financial gain whatsoever, and it's just an experiment. That's really all it is. And you can download it for free, not exactly the most ethical means of obtaining it. It's a single torrent, which technically contains Grand Theft Auto 4's game files, and initially it was going to be rigged up so that you would have to own both games. And then 2K took down their YouTube channel and left them in the wind. So this is sort of them just throwing it out there for everyone to see and experience for themselves. And take it as you will. It's an interesting piece of media. So the original modders have actually pulled away from this thing now. They've said that they're done handling this project. They've thanked everyone for being interested and giving them some love. But they were issued a cease and desist, essentially, from 2K and a company that represents them and their legal team, and they just really didn't want them doing this. And I find that fascinating, given that they would only benefit, ultimately, from a project like this. Their definitive editions, while they do work well enough now, when they initially released, they were absolute dog shit. I think I can speak for the entire gaming community on that front.
I also feel it's important to note, and can't be understated, that Rockstar has grossed well over $1 billion due to the success of GTA 5 and mostly its online counterpart. They expect to earn over $5 billion in this fiscal year, and just the train is showing no signs of stopping, and for them to stomp on this little project that modders are doing in their free time with absolutely no revenue towards them is kind of ridiculous when you really think about it.
But this is just a fun little experiment, guys. This is just running around in a different game engine, and it's pretty, it's nice, it's it's still got the exact same textures and looks from the original game, just with this engine in place. I guess another group of modders is trying to step in and take this thing over to increase the production of the overall thing. And I guess we'll see what that looks like. Alright, so let's get into the actual meat and potatoes of this thing, though. Does it actually work? Is this thing playable? Is it fun? And yeah, you can check the box on fun, but this engine does not translate extremely well to this game. And while they have recreated, or at least ported, all the missions and the entire game over to this engine, it's kind of an imperfect system, and you'll be moving a lot slower, and missions will be a lot tougher for just the weight of the vehicles and the characters. So yeah, it's kind of it's a crash course in this game with a new engine, and you'll be messing around with the systems and just having fun with it. But it's a sandbox, it's just taking something from a different product, mashing it into this one, and you're getting Homer Simpson's makeup shotgun of scenarios here. That you'll take it or leave it. You might want to play through the entire game with this thing, or you might get frustrated and quit. For me, I'm kind of in the middle. It's very fun to play around and mess around on the map itself. Just drive around the city, cause some mayhem. But as soon as you start doing some of the motorcycle races or any of the other challenge maps that they have there, that's where it starts to fall apart a little bit. And again, like, the modders have ceased their production of this thing, and we'll see if anyone else takes the torch and does something interesting with it. But as it stands, this is the game. And if you want to pick it up, take a look at it, try some of the missions yourself, just sort of see what I'm talking about. But everyone knows that that one motorcycle race on the rooftops by the Ocean Beach Motel, if you try that with this game engine, it is next to impossible to do. It is a lot more difficult without the quick, snappy driving controls of the original, and that'll become immediately apparent when you're messing around with it. I think overall, what this really shows is just the love for this game that people have, and those original definitive edition versions that dropped. As they stand, they're decent to play now, but just the slap to the face that a lot of game companies are providing us with. They're unfinished products. They, at best, harken back to the greatness of the original, but with missing features and just obnoxious online systems that push things in our faces that we don't want. And people are fed up with this shit. They're fed up with the industry itself. It's all kind of falling apart at the seams. Companies are folding. Gamers are pissed off, and the folks who are in charge that more often than not are the ones that don't have the creativity. They're not the people making the creative decisions that people end up falling in love with. These are the people that are causing this upheaval and are causing messes where there doesn't have to be, a gigantic mess made out of something so simple. And it's getting overcomplicated, overblown. And we're seeing a lot more of that. And people just want to move on. They want to see a game industry that is more open, that is just unfettered by corporate bullshit. And I don't think we're ever going to fully see that. But, this is all about player freedom and creativity. So take a look. I've been Garlic-Focaccia, and that's my 2 cents. Thank you for listening, and have some garlic toast on me.